Okay, we are here again. This is the front part of our upper bodies, and I want to cut the neckline. I don't want it to be straight. I want to cut a circle neckline on the off shoulder upper bodies. So I'll fold the fabric into two halves like this. Make sure they are equal. And then for the part, please, there's a link below. Check on that link if you don't know how to cut part. Check on our link so you'll be able to learn it from our previous video. Now to make the neckline of this fabric, I want a neck of about 6 inches, so I'll just mark my 6, and then since it's an off shoulder, I'm going to start connecting my neck from this point. Okay, so I'll just, from this 6, take it like this to this point, and then I'll cut it off like this. Hope you are seeing it. So I'm okay with this. So this is what we have here. And then if you want your neck to be deeper than this, you can make it more than 6. It's your choice. But I want mine to be at 6 inches. Now the next thing to do, remember we are going to make a flounce for this gown. And I want the flounce to start from this area, from the armhole area, down to the above knee measurement. So we are going to cut the flounce now. Okay, I'll be using this fabric for my flounce. This is the fabric I'll use to make my flounce. Now to make the flounce, you fold your fabric into 4 parts. Fold the first one like this. Then I'll fold it again like this. Why I'm actually folding like this is so I can be able to figure out the midpoint. So I can get the middle. You can see the center here. Okay. Now from this midpoint, mark it with any chalk. Mark it with a chalk. Actually turn it to the right side so it'll be more clear. Now I'll mark the midpoint. See my midpoint here. Okay, just mark it so you can be able to figure it out. Now I'll open it up. Here is the midpoint. So what I need to do now, I will start taking my measurements. Now this is the midpoint. This is my midpoint, and then you form a circle. You create a circle from the midpoint. You create it like this. From this midpoint I marked, I want to start from 2 inches while I go up. Okay, I don't want it equal. I don't want the flounce equal. So I'll do 2 inches, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on. Now I want to make the circle with 2 inches. From this midpoint, I'll start taking my 2, just like this. I'll take 2 inches all through, and then I'll connect the circle. Then from any point of this line, any convenient point, I can start another 2 inches. Here's another 2 inches. Are you seeing it? Now what I need to do, at any convenient place, I'll connect this to the 2 inches I started. So then I'll continue marking my 2 inches. Continue marking the 2 inches. So the spiral begins. It's actually going to come out like a spiral. You see it? Just like this. Then continue marking it. 2 inches. Also connect this. Now from this point where I started, I'm going to take it down to 3 inches or 4 even, to 4 inches. And then you make it in a way that it conveniently connects with the 4 inches. You have to remove this. You see it? So I'll continue with 4 now. I'm going with 4. Let's connect this first so we don't get confused. Now at this point where I started, I'm going to extend it to 6 inches. And then when I extend to 6, I'll make sure I connect it so that it fits in perfectly. And then here you can equally give it any shape of your choice. If you want it straight, if you want it slanted. Now the next thing I'll do, I need to turn this flounce with another fabric. If you want, you can use the same fabric to do it. If you want to use a different fabric, it's all your choice. But the way you do it is you place that fabric under before you start cutting, so that you get, and then make sure you use pin to tack it so that you'll be able to get exactly what you have here. So as you can see, I've cut off the excess on this fabric, and I have just what I want to use for my flounce. Then I've also placed the material I want to use to turn it. I'm actually using the same fabric. That's what I have for now, but you can use lining, you can use satin, any material of your choice. Okay, so I'll now trace this thing out and cut it. I'm going to trace and cut out. So I'm going to cut from this point. I'll be cutting it round. I'm actually cutting 2 now. So this is what I have here. This is my flounce. See see it, it's very long. Yeah, so I'm going to turn the flounce, place the two right sides together like this, and then I'll turn it, I'll sew it up, sew it and turn over. I'll do it and bring it back for you to see. I've joined the fabric, I've joined the upper part to the lower part. I've also fixed my zip. I've done same for the front part of it. I've joined the upper part to the lower part. So what I need to do now is to fix uh, my flounce. I'm going to fix my flounce to the front. I'll show you how to fix the flounce. As to fix flounce, you can do that in any. Now I'm going to fix my flounce to the front fabric. To fix your flounce, you can do, it's just about creativity. You can do that in any pattern you chose to. Anyhow you chose to design. It's all about designing the fabric. Okay? So whenever you're fixing the flounce, try as much as possible to sew it like this, so that this rough edge will be inside your fabric. Okay, you can use flounce to create different designs. You can use it to create different designs. It's not something I'm going to teach you here. It's just about how creative you are. You can start from the upper part to fix your flounce down to the lower part, just whatever that comes into your mind, but make it very smooth and neat. Okay, I'll fix mine and bring it back for you to see, but by then okay, I've joined the flounce. You can see it here. This is the design I chose to make for my flounce. Like I said before, you can make any design of your choice. There's so many designs, not something I'm going to teach you. Once you know how to cut the flounce, follow the pattern I showed you in the video, in this video. After cutting your flounce, you can make any design of your choice. Just chose to make this design. Okay, so I hope you have learned this. Now the next thing we'll do is to fix the sleeve for this off-shoulder dress. We are going to make a sleeve for this off-shoulder. Now to make the sleeve, you need your round shoulder measurement. When I say round shoulder measurement, I mean round like this. Round. Okay? So you need your round shoulder measurement, and then you need also your neck measurement. Our round shoulder measurement here is 44. We have a round shoulder. I'm using a round shoulder for this cloth. The round of this, the person's shoulder, the actual measurement you took from the person is 44. The round shoulder is 44. And then the neck measurement means from one neck to the other, like this. See where the neck starts. We have a neck measurement here of 6 inches, okay, which is 12 inches. If I measure stretch out like this, I'll get 12. You can see my 12 here. So which means if I'm using 12 for this front, the back also will become 12. And then my neck measurement becomes 12, this 12 for the front and 12 for the back, which is 24. I'll subtract it from 44, which is the total round shoulder. So 44 minus 24, I'll get about 20. So I'll be working with 20 for my sleeve. 20 now becomes my sleeve measurement. Okay, now to get 20 becomes my shoulder measurement. Now to get one of it, I'll divide 20 by 2, which is 10. It then means from that 20, I'll use 10 here and I'll use 10 on this other side. I hope you are getting it. I'll use 10 on this side and then 10 on this other side, which means that 10 is going to be like 5 inches like this. See it from here to here. This is 10 here. It's going to be like this. This is one of my shoulder measurement, and the other 10 is going to come here, which means half of it is 5. Half of it is 5 to give me 10 for one, 10 for the other one. So we are going to cut it now. We are going to cut the sleeve now. Okay, this is the fabric I'll be using for my sleeve. I told you my sleeve is 10 on this side, 10 on the other side. The shoulder will be 10 inches, and I'll use 10 on this other side. And that 10, when you fold this into 2, it becomes 5, like I showed you earlier. So, okay, here is the fabric I want to use for my sleeve. Now, to make this sleeve, I need to fold this fabric. See it here. I folded it into 2. I want to cut for the 2 sleeves together. Folded it into 2, so I'll fold it again to get the 2 sleeves. So I'm going to fold it like this so I can get for the 2 sleeves. Now what I'll do next, remember my shoulder, we're able to get 10 for each sleeve. Now this 10 divided by 2 is 5. My fabric also is on fold, so the 10 divided by 2, because my fabric is on fold, I'll get 5. Here is that 5 that I was supposed to use for my shoulder. I'll mark it out. This is the 5. And the next thing I'll do, at this edge, at this point here, at this edge here, I'll come down by 3 or 4 inches and then mark it. Now I'll have to connect this to this point. Already, this is the 5 inches I need for this shoulder. So here, remember, I'm not going to curve this like a normal shoulder sleeve. This is off shoulder, so I have to follow this pattern to curve it. It's not going to be too deep, and it's not going to be too straight. Okay, just like this. But if you cannot get the accurate shape, you can just use the fabric you are supposed to sew the sleeve on. You place that sleeve on the fabric like this and take whatever shape. You can see that 5 inches here. This is our 5 inches, and then you place it like this to get whatever shape you have on the sleeve. Okay, so with this now, I'm going to take my round sleeve, and I need a round armhole. I'm going to take my round armhole now. I need a round armhole of 14. When I divide it by 2, I'll get 7. So this is my 7 here. Plus 2 inches seam allowance, I'll get 9. So I'll connect this slanted to this. Sorry. Like this. Now I'll cut it off from here. Don't need to cut much from this. Then just like this, and then I'll notch here. So I've been able to get my 2 sleeves. These are the 2 sleeves. And on this sleeve, I need a kind of bell sleeve down here. So this is what I'll use to create it. See it here. I'll be putting it at the mouth, at the end of my sleeve length. So it's going to come in here. Okay, so what I will do on this one, I'll put elastic. I'll sew it with like half an inch. Sew with about half an inch here. And then I'll fix in elastic on it and draw it. And when I'm done doing that, I'll fix it to the sleeve here. Okay, I'll do that, come back and show you. Thank you. Now to fix the sleeve on my fabric, see how I'll do it. This is the 5 inches we measured for shoulder. See the 5 inches here. So this 5 inches is going to stay here like this. And then this one will come, I'll sew this one like this, but this is going to stand straight like this. Okay, this is the 5 inches we measured for the shoulder. I'll place it like this and then I'll sew this one like this. But remember, I have to turn this with a lining, or you can use bias to turn it up, any one of your choice. So when I'm done, you see my result.